We got Nick, coach of Cerulean City Psyducks, actually doing commentary for my own battle this week. So I face off against Ian of the Mahogany Town Mews. And this one is a good match. It's a pretty close one all the way towards the end. But this is one of those matches where it really comes down to superior planning on one side. So there is no God. The horrifyingly, disgustingly ugly Quillfish comes in against X, go and give it to him, the sleek and beautiful Metagross. So for this one, he leaves, because I'm assuming he really couldn't do too much. I think he just had like poison attacks, and Zapdos comes out, but I set up my Stealth Rocks, because I was like, yeah, he can't do anything that scary to my Metagross. So I leave out because I don't want to take a Heat Wave, because I don't like Heat Wave. It hurts me. And Landfill comes in, brother of Landfill, who was previously on my team, and eats a Thunderbolt, so that was a good pick on his part. He probably made that prediction, thinking that I was going to take a Heat Wave on this. He Thunderbolts, which, yeah, that hurts a whole lot. And my Hydro Pump misses. 2 weeks in a row, I've got I'm in 2 weeks. I am 2 for 3 on my Hydro Pumps. So we're not friends right now. So I Volt Switch out with 6 HP left. So really not looking too great. But Yolandi, best girl, she comes in, and she can take special attacks. So she doesn't even have any special defense investment, but full HP and just 130 base special defense means that's really not doing much. And Hyper Voice comes out, and we'll see a return of this face-off later. So Double AJ is in KO range right now, I believe. If he had stayed in, I'm pretty sure he was in KO range. Oh, he does stay in, but he roosts because he's faster than me, so no longer in KO range. But I think I still went for the attack. No, I went for Wish, just to be like, well, he's probably going to heal this turn or leave, so I can just stay in here, set up some heals either for me or someone else who may have to switch in and take an attack, which I think is actually what I go for, is to bring somebody else in. And I threw up that heal just to make sure if they took damage, they would get healed. And he brings in 50 Cent, which is understandable, which, oh no, I did go for the attack. Right, here is where I almost got something really good to happen, but I'm not sure why he did this, unless he was baiting a Psychic move out of me. So he brings in Cerulean, which eats my Psyshock. So I don't know if he was just going because he thought he had too little health and he didn't think he could kill me first. But this is where the better planning definitely came in for Ian. He brought Throat Chop, which means I cannot use Hyper Voice, which means Yolandi can do literally nothing against the Crocodile. So I throw up the Wish, because I'm like, okay, either I'm going to heal myself, or I'm going to pass this off to somebody else who I know is going to have to take some type of damage. So Yolandi protects. Okay, so yeah, I was like, let's just get Best Girl back up to full health, then we can deal with the consequences later. But yeah, that also, I think I was trying to be like, okay, maybe I can stall out his Throat Chops a little bit, but his Throat Chops once again. And I wish, because this time I think I'm like, okay, we're just going to pass off to somebody else, because this could have gone on forever. Maybe I should have done that. Maybe I should have just stalled him out for a while, made him lose those Throat Chops, but I don't know how much PP it has, so whatever. And then I bring a Dino Plant. So like I said, now this is when I actually set it up, and I'm like, okay, give whoever comes in a Wish to get them back to full health after they take this damage, or almost full health. Because that did way more damage than I thought. But, I mean, I guess it's 80 base power stab move. That's going to hurt. But Cerulean leaves, and 50 Cent comes back in. So you've got two Poison Grass Pokemon facing off against each other. And now I get my big ol' mega veiny Venusaur. Looking all shiny and chrome with his yellow flower. And I went for the Leech Seed, which is annoying. That's another reason why he probably did that. He goes for the Synthesis to get back up to full health, which is annoying. So this battle has a lot of these like very stally face-offs, but I do knock it off and get rid of, I believe, an expert belt. Yes. So it no longer has its expert belt, and it uses hidden power. I'm assuming hidden power psychic. So that does a lot of damage, and I don't like it. And my sludge bomb goes out and critical hits, which is super cool. If I'd gotten 2 in a row, that would have been super cooler. Because this one I knew I can survive one more hidden power, but he cannot survive one more attack. So I just slam out another sludge bomb. This one unfortunately does not critical hit, but still does really good damage. For that normal damage, he synthesizes again. And gets back up definitely into non-KO range. But I keep throwing down these sludge bombs because there's no reason not to, because I know eventually he will either run out of them or I will just be able to kill him, which I think may actually be why he eventually stops healing, because I'm pretty sure my sludge bombs are a 2-hit KO. Just under 2-hit KO, I think. So I think he might have been able to just stall it. No. Yeah, I think I just keep throwing down sludge bombs, because I really don't think there's any negative for me on this. Okay, now he's definitely not in. See, now I switch out because I'm like, I know I can't OKO him anymore, or I can't 2KO him. So he does go for the hidden power. Like I said, I assume hidden power is psychic. Not very effective, yes. So doubly resisted. He goes for the synthesis, which does not matter here. I ran all the calcs before this battle, and this Z Meteor Mash, 1-hit KO'd, 130% damage or more on 10 out of 14 of his Pokemon. So with this, I mean, this thing was at full health, but it's just dead. I think it did like 140% damage. So it just killed pretty much everything except for his Manaphy, his Cobalion, his Quillfish, or his Zapdos. And I could have followed up, 2-hit KO'd all of those except for Cobalion, which he didn't bring Cobalion. And K-Ruledile comes in, and I'm at pretty much full health, so I know I can take an Earthquake from him, so I stay in. But he does go for Pursuit, expecting I was going to switch, and that probably would have KO'd me, but I stayed in because I knew he could take 1 hit, and I get really lucky and get a critical hit to just wipe him off the board with an Ice Punch. So, banging. Things are looking good for me. Then Huge Jacked Man comes in, who's actually not very huge or jacked anymore. He's just small. I guess it's because he kind of looks like Wolverine. And here I just sacrifice X because I'm like, I don't want to bring anybody into whatever dark move he's going to throw out. So sorry X, you had to sacrifice, but 2 KOs is pretty damn good. And now here I'm like, okay, I'm just going to dunk on this fool with a fucking fairy move. I use Protect because I'm like, okay, I want to get a little more health just in case he's got a Poison Jab, because I know he can get Poison Jab. And oh look, he's got Throat Chop again. Ugh. Which sucks for me, because now that means I cannot attack those Pokemon. If I had gone with Moonblast, I would have been fine. So now I bring Oathkeeper out, my Doublade, who takes a Throat Chop, and it's going to do a lot of damage. That base 80 power move is just evil. And the knockoff comes out, so Oathkeeper is just dead. There's really not much he could have done this battle. He was there pretty much to deal with the Cobalion, just in case I had to deal with him. But, didn't happen. So Dino Plant comes back in. He's kind of in a dangerous zone, but Huge Jacked Man does not want to do this fight. So There Is No God comes out, and he's going to get hurt by them Sneaky Pebbles, and I did make the right choice with my attack, and instead of going for a knockoff, I decided to go for the Giga Drain, which for that normal damage does a lot of damage. No crit, just does really well. And this turn, I had considered going with Leech Seed, just because I didn't think he could do much, but he dunks on me with the Destiny Bond, which I did know was an option. I knew I was reading up on him before the battle. I'm like, huh, why can he learn Destiny Bond? That's so weird. So he dies to that. I get back to full HP, but since he fainted and he Destiny Bonded me, I also go down. So full health, and then I kill myself pretty much. So unfortunate, really annoying, but that's That's the way Destiny Bond works, but at least he didn't get to use Quillfish very gracefully. And now Garcon comes back in, or comes in for the first time in the fight. Stealth Rocks do big damage to the Weavile, and it is at just above half health. He goes for the knockoff, which takes away my life orb, which is a bit unfortunate, because that definitely would have helped me do some more damage, but this Swords Dance definitely helps me do damage as well. So now I'm just going to Aqua Jet to get rid of the huge Jacked Man. Except without the life orb, I can't do quite as much damage, especially like if I had still had my life orb on, I may have been able to kill Zapdos. I'm not sure. Let's see how much this does. Yes, if I still had my life orb, I definitely would have killed Zapdos, and I probably would have won the fight. But no life orb means not enough. Terrible special defense. Taking Thunderbolt means Garcon's dead. But he got a KO. At least he came in and got a KO. Little guy did some damage. I'm not sure if I could have killed the Weavile without attacking, or without boosting my attack, but it really doesn't matter because I needed that to be able to clean up his team. And Thunderbolt comes out. I'm kind of just sacrificing some Pokemon here, because I knew Landfill really wouldn't be able to do too much because he was slow. I was thinking maybe I could be faster and get an attack, or burn him to cancel out his leftovers, but it didn't happen. So now Yolandi comes out, and here we have, I think this is like the next 3 or 4 minutes, at least, of just kind of Roost, Wish, attacks, Roost, Wish, attacks, things like that. So Hyper Voice, we know this is not even, this is a 3-hit KO, so I'm not going to kill him anytime soon. But both of us with our leftovers, just both of us with leftovers, both of us with healing moves. He roosts because he knows he's about to take another hit, and he doesn't want to risk getting critted on, because I think we were talking during the battle. I'm like, at this point, I need a crit to be able to win this face-off. And I went for the Wish because I know I'm about to start taking some damage. So he goes for the Thunderbolt, which does, I mean, not tons of damage. This is definitely a fight. If neither of us had healing moves, I would win, since my move is a 3-hit KO, and his looks to be a 4-hit KO after leftovers. Yeah, mine is 3, and his after leftovers heals looks like it's a 4-hit KO. So I think at this point, yeah, that's definitely a 4-hit KO, but mine is only 3, so he definitely loses this face-off, but he does have the speed advantage, which lets him heal before I can do more damage. So this turn he is going to Roost, because he knows I have to get a crit. Like, this was one of those points where I'm like, if I get a crit, this will mean Zapdos dies. I have more than enough health. I should be able to take on the Manaphy, but I didn't get a crit right there. Like I said, a crit there should have been enough to KO him and finish the fight. And I'm getting closer back to full HP. And he goes for the Roost again, obviously, because I think what he was waiting for here was to get the Paralysis, just for that chance of full para. So I hit him with another attack. He drops down to just under half. After leftovers, he'll be just around half HP. Just under. So this is another spot where if he didn't heal and I got it a crit, he would have fainted. So he goes for the Thunderbolt, but I can't do quite enough damage on this hit to KO. Like, it brings him just into the red again. Like I said, just not quite enough damage. And I think this turn I switch it up. Or maybe I go for the Wish. Well, no, because I know he has to heal to survive this, so I go for the attack after the Roost, because I wanted to see, since I had Psyshock, I wasn't close to running out of my Hyper Voices, but with Psyshock, I wanted to see how much damage it could do, and it does nothing, so I kind of gave him a free shot to get back to full health there, but I'm not in any danger of dying, so I can just go. So he goes for the Thunderbolt again, and I think this is the one that paralyzes. Nope, still not. And this time I knew I needed some healing, so I set up my Wish, because I'll get that the next turn. And I could just protect if I thought I was going to be in KO range. So I get my leftovers heals. I'm still not in KO range. He's still not in KO range. He goes for the attack. Maybe this one? This one paralyzes. And there it is. I play that son, but it really wasn't all that important. Full para, I mean, I would have just been attacking him, and then I just got my wish heals and everything, so I'm fine again. But he goes for Thunderbolt again. I mean, this is just a back and forth, turn and turn and turn. And I think this is the point where he decided, okay, it's paralyzed. I don't need to worry anymore. We're good to go. So he is in KO range. I'm still sitting pretty, not worried of being KO'd at all. And I'm like, okay, this turn, he will probably attack me, and I can just get rid of him. So I take the damage, low health, but I hyper voice him and am able to kill him. So now it is just 1-on-1, the Manaphy that is sitting in the back versus Yolandi. But I am less than half health, which definitely means I am KO'able. Especially since I'm paralyzed. Manaphy would have been faster anyways, but right here he just goes for the big ol' Z move because he wants to make sure he kills me. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is Z Surf. I'm not sure how much it was going to do, but I'm pretty sure I was well within the KO range. I don't think he would have taken a chance if he knew he could stretch it out a little longer, maybe get me a little lower with a couple more paras, and maybe would have been able to make it even easier, but I'm assuming that was more than enough. Yolandi does fall, and that is going to be the end of the fight. So there were like several points of just kind of stall going throughout, just because two Pokemon who couldn't really kill each other, but a really good match. Like I said at the beginning, it really just came down to his superior planning in bringing Throat Chop, because with Throat Chop, I really couldn't do anything against his Dark Pokemon with my Sylveon. So, good call on your part. That was a great battle. Like, I lost, but it was still a really good one. I'm not upset about it at all. It was great. So, I just have to look forward to more things like that in the future, where it's moves that can kind of just stop me dead in my tracks. But, good fight. Look forward to my next battle next week against my arch nemesis, Amber. So, join us in week 12 for that. Goodbye.